But as I was saying, put a cap on the general that you use. Sorry, the video got cut off. So now what we're about to do is, as I promised, a barbarian fight. So now as you can see, there's a barbarian horde very close to one of my other cities. Had I sent that general off somewhere, he would not be fighting. And I don't know if you noticed that between my right click, or if you look now, you can see on the strat, to the north there's a barbarian army coming to attack. I made the same mistake again in this even, and sent the guy the wrong direction. I don't know why I keep doing it, I don't know why I insist on doing it, I just do it. But anything else that I think should be noteworthy? Possible just recommendations on what to take. I recommend taking Sicily, like getting the whole of Sicily. You do not want to have to fight Spartans and elephants every 5 turns or so. That's gonna be annoying, and that's gonna eventually drain your money. So okay, as you can see here, this is mercenary legion type stuff. I have a legion here mixed with the mercenary army. Right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to set a formation that I haven't used in a while, and I forgot about it. And eventually I realized this, but right at the time I didn't realize that I was not following the legionary formation. I was following a whole new formation that I just made up. I normally, even if I have mercs, I sure will try to create the same legionary formations that I typically use. But in this case, I kind of mixed it with another. I mixed the barbarian formation and the broad wedge formations. So anyway, this is basically, they decided to thin their lines out. I have no idea what was going on here. That's the one thing I do love about barbarians. A fight can be different, almost any given fighter. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, recommended cities. Right. So I recommend getting the whole of Sicily. Like, you do not want to have to keep fighting. Once you take Sicily, no one's gonna bother you on there. So that's like literally, you can just stop building military stuff and build anything that increases money values. Although I still recommend building military bases, because from Sicily it's central to almost every other location that you need to head to by boat. So you build up a strong navy there, build up a powerful army, then create 3 generals, and then you can send a general to Africa, to Greece, and to the little southern peninsula and the Spanish peninsula. You can easily do that and have 3 generals fighting, or you can do 6. Like literally, you can create generals thanks to the city Carthage has, and you can actually build multiple legions between the 3 cities. Wait, do not give them a general, and if it says man of the hour for some reason, ignore it, and keep doing this until you get enough until you have enough legions that you feel that you should have. Then recruit your general, and what'll happen is now you can recruit 6 generals in that one city, put them all with army, send them off with powerful boats, and like I said, attack multiple locations. I said 3 the first time, but you don't have to do 3. You can do 6, you can do 9, it doesn't matter. Now what you see I'm doing here is, for some strange reason, I don't know why I decided to do this, I decided to use the actual barbarian formation. And it looks kind of chaotic here because I didn't stop everyone, I just said forget it, everyone keep marching. So yeah, it's rather complex looking right there, but it clears up very soon. As this is happening, I was actually looking at the strategy, the little mini map on the lower left, because I was trying to see what the barbarians were doing. I wanted to make sure they weren't sitting there messing with me, or like deciding, hey, we're gonna just attack now, if I had to run it or not. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling again. Gotta keep focus. And again, I do apologize for like talking all over the place. I said this was gonna be better. Anyway, you take Sicily. Now, like I said, taking Sicily, that enables you to basically farm armies. You can just create armies at your will. At will, you can just say, hey, I want a new legion. Give me a new legion. and that place will give you a new legion. And afterward, you can at any given moment say, hey, I need Equites to replenish this unit and replace them. Now obviously, like I said, you have to build up your navy, because as you can see in my Let's Play, I got attacked like several times by multiple navies, and I can't really do nothing about them. I'm literally helpless. It's shameful to be helpless in a video game. So anyway, I can't do much about that other than try to build navies, but I mean, I'm better on land, and I don't feel like taking care of a navy, except for the one that's heading into Africa, which is why I'm really thinking I should try to build up something to protect it at least. But I think it should be fine. I should make it there before it like sinks. And problem with it though is I need to send another guy. Yeah, I'm thinking about stuff I shouldn't be thinking about. So like I said, take Sicily, take that little secluded island that Carthage has. Just like take that right after you get Sicily. Take a boat over there, take it, because you need in order to get the reforms, you need to take all starting cities from Carthage. Might as well get rid of that one really fast. It's by itself, no one's gonna take it. All you have to do is defeat all the Carthaginian armies on the island, which amounts to 2 maybe. Technically 1, but sometimes they take the garrison and move it around, and then afterward the garrison script gives them a new garrison. So 2 maybe. Beat them, and just like that, you have an island that literally doesn't even need a wall. You can just do trade all the time, all day, every day, and no one will take it. So I mean, that seems like a good incentive, doesn't it? But anyway, once you've taken care of that, you can take care of the German. God, I keep saying Germans. The Gaul, or the see the Gaul, or you can try to take out the Germans. I know for more fun, I'd wait to challenge the Germans. For more fun, and also because you don't want to cause heartache. Let's say you beat them, eventually you're gonna have to fight horse archers, and without testudo formation, you are screwed. So yeah, I'd recommend just not doing that. Don't attack Legion. I mean, don't attack the Germans, and beat them, I should say. But anyway, I recommend getting rid of the Gaul first and taking over the Spanish Peninsula. For one thing, Carthage has people there. Eventually that can just become an area that's free money. Because after a certain point, once you've beaten people to a certain distance, they won't try to take certain cities. Which means you can stop focusing on the military aspect and focus on the trade and happiness. And if that starts happening, it's extra money. Like way more money that you would have had. What else would be important about that? I feel like there's something else that should be noted, but I can't think of it right this second. I do apologize for this silence right now. I really can't think of what it is. I guess, let's see, we talked about Hannibal, we talked about the... Oh. Actually, you can also attack Greece. If you build a boat, you can send it straight to Greece. That's another place I don't recommend. They do have elements, which you have units that can counteract that. That's not the problem. The problem being that if you attack them, you're also still taking the risk of getting attacked by Thracians and Dacians, or Dacians, however you pronounce that. Basically, you got a risk of getting attacked by more than what you're bargaining for, including Sparta itself, which I haven't looked at its garrison. I'm just assuming it's Spartan face, like literally Spartans out their face. I know that makes very little sense, but just know it means that it's an extreme manner. So right now, if you're wondering what I'm doing with my cav, I'm trying to basically force their cav to fight my cav. Whenever I use the barbarian cav, I always try to force the barbarians cav to fight my cav. Always. Like, it's pretty rare that I don't charge barbarian cavalry right into barbarian cav, or the noble cav into noble cav, or even noble cav into regular cav. I always try to make them fight each other, because I know for a fact mine has the advantage because it has more experience in most cases. Theirs will have maybe 4 experience, mine have 5, as you can see. Let's see. That would be it. That's really the only reason for that fighting there. Okay, I guess I can talk about this, because you will be fighting, the 2 armies you'll fight the most are Carthaginian and Barbarian, just because how things go. Like I said, against the Barbarians, they're not hard at all. The secret is to use the shield wall, basically. All you have to do is use shield wall, and you should be fine. Like, your hostati are the ones who take the brunt of the damage in most cases, which is really, really good considering that's the easiest thing to retrain. For some strange reason, they all started hiding. I didn't figure that out. I just know they all hid, and they were happy about hiding. So I guess the goal, there's no set thing that'll happen. Like, look at my Let's Play, look at how they attacked me, and then look at this, and look at how they're attacking me now. You'll see the formations are not the same. They're not even close. It's actually very weird and unique. Never seen them attack me like this. And there's also those cases where they just decide, beep, charge! Just charge me straight on. Cavalry, like, right in the front, come right down the middle, smack the hostati, then all of a sudden there's a little spear warband right behind them that just breaks through that line. It's fun, but that happens sometimes. So basically, from what I've noticed, even though the Gaul don't have the impetuous, not all of them I should say, have the impetuous thing that the Barbarians in most games have. So as you saw, those Barbarian skirmishers have eager, fresh, whereas the swordsmen right behind them have impetuous. But despite that impetuous ability, they don't charge per se, just like straightforward charging. So you can actually get your soldiers about the distance right now between my hostati and Principes right now. You can get that close and not have to worry about fighting. So, like, literally, as you can see right now, I'm throwing Pila. I'm intentionally letting this happen so I can get rid of stuff. I'm letting them just throw it at whatever they feel like, because I really don't care what they throw it at. Also, as this is happening, I'm marching my cav forward, because I'm eventually going to try to force that cav over there to fight me. Now, I think there's a hidden one somewhere too, but that, I don't know where it is right this second, if there's even one. So while that's happening over there, I'm marching forward. I'm also slinging with the 1 slinger unit. I literally got this set up so that my guys will be able to deal as much damage as they can without even having to worry about it. And notice I put them just far enough. This was unintentional, but it worked out, where the Principes didn't even throw their Pila. So literally I still have Pila left. But as you can see, I can march pretty much that close. Watch, you'll see. And I don't think here the fight starts. I think I actually have to initiate the fight. It's literally getting to that point where I'm just like, okay, let me see how close I can get. The skirmishers usually run. And the reason why I'm trying to force them to engage me is because the same system is here. They route very fast, and they are extremely close to that edge. If this army was to route, I'd literally be fighting the same thing over again. I'd literally be just fighting the same thing over again. So, in order to avoid that, I'm trying to see if I can force them to engage me. As you can see, I'm failing at forcing them to engage me. So, I wish this fight is rather detailed, but it's not as detailed as I'd like it because it doesn't follow the typical thing the Barbarians have with me. Normally, we're not this close to their border and fighting them like this. It's usually something else far, far, far more epic. So by this point, literally all my Pila has been tossed. My slingers are still slinging. Well, they need to be slinging, I should say. They're not slinging right this second. So our cav is now extremely close to their cav. They haven't moved at all, but they insist on letting us get closer. And like I said, against the Barbarians, there's not much to worry about. this early in the game. Like first 15 turns, you should not have a problem because experience for their units are rather low. 2 and 3 experience is not bad. 5 and 6 is bad. And anyway, right now they have about an average of 2 or 3 in experience. So once that is done with, so right now they're gonna route rather fast. Their soldiers are like training wise weaker, strength wise they're stronger. Let's see, what else could you note about this? Oh, thing to note also about this army right now, I have mercs in it that are replacing my Triarii, and I have a Republican Legionnaire that's replacing my Principe. Again, I'm not, like, this army still is very close to the original Legion, but like I said, you can fight with literally a barbarian army and still use some strategies in it. So I skipped ahead just because I was tired of waiting and the fight eventually happened. I just let it engage and I just started recording once I had the fight happen. So like I said, my plan was to get the Cav to fight the Cav, and I succeeded. Now I have this heavy Cav trying to work its shock value against part of that Cav, and it's just succeeding in losing soldiers. As you can see, my Hastati front line is not exactly losing anything. It's starting to get pushed back by virtue there's like 1,000 Cav units in there, which is also something you need to watch out for when it comes to barbarians. And as you can see, a unit just routed and took off of the field, and that's going to happen very frequently. But anyway, take note of what just happened about there being more Cav. Barbarians take like 4 or 5 Cav units in every fight. So you will always be out Caved if you follow the Legion. If you follow house rules, you'll always be out Caved. Unless you have like specialty unit, I can't remember what it's called right this second. Or you create your own specialty unit that's Cav dominant, I mean. So, yeah, that's really it in terms of that. Once the fights start with barbarians, more so the Gaul, I have a custom battle made with me fighting the Germans, which I can upload that if you'd like. I kind of was in shock and awe, saying, what the crap, I've never fought this before, what's going on? But I still won. Anyway, fighting the Gaul, it's basically this. Force them to engage your infantry. If they don't want to engage it, just like get as close as you can, so that way if you like literally click walk forward, you engage. Or get your missile units as close as possible, like your slingers. Your focus should be getting your slingers as close as possible without engaging, and then just have your slingers attack. After a while, you'll pick off units, weaken them, and then you can charge your infantry in, and there you go. But let's say you are like me and you get impatient. You try to do the patient look, but you do get impatient. Just charge. Send your Cav to their flanks and destroy them. I say leave the Triarii there and let them wait Triarii or whatever spearmen you're using, so Auxilia, Samnites, whatever, and wait for their Cav to charge, and once they charge, send your Triarii or whatever after them. It has to be a spear unit charging after the Cav. Or if you have mercenary Cav, send them to intercept. But remember, 4 versus your 2, you're going to be disadvantaged, so you need those Triarii or whatever spearmen you have. So, what next? Once you've taken care of that Cav, your infantry line, your Hastati line, you have to kind of make this as a quick call. If you see their numbers flashing and you highlight over their unit card and it's saying defeat a certain only military genius or defeat a certain in some way, shape, or form, send your Principes to back them up. Then afterwards, send your Cav, once you're taking care of their Cav, on their flanks, and just keep hitting them. They will rout, and then this will happen. And that is all I can say for parts 3. Like, you can do a survey of what units you want to take care of, keep and get rid of, and replace with mercs. I really don't have much else to say for this. Any questions that you would have, either send them as a message, a PM to me, or actually post them in the comments. I prefer them in the comments because that means everyone, if it's a question someone else has, everyone will know the answer now. And yeah, it'll be fun. Hope you all do well in your sieges against the Germans, the Gaul, and the Carthaginians. Also note too, real quick, if you look in the upper left, there is a Gaul general there. Alright, and see you in my actual next Let's Play episode. Good night, people.